Hey guys, thanks for coming back to Raising the Right Ranch. I'm going to be cleaning up the pig pen for Pigrious, and then we're going to be working on the greenhouse. So I'm going to go ahead and finish cleaning up, and then I'm going to go over and start cutting blocks so we can attach the paneling to the greenhouse and start putting the T-posts in, and then hopefully here soon we'll be able to let the animals into the other field. Okay, so we're cutting these 2x4s down to go in between the horizontal bars on our cattle panels. I need 3 per side, so I need 6 for the front and 6 for the back. I got 8 of them cut already. I'm gonna mark the other 4 out of this 2x4 and then cut those up real quick, and then hopefully we'll get out there and put the panels up real fast. All right. Okay, all 12 blocks are cut, so we're gonna go ahead and load them up on the quad, and we're gonna head out there. Okay guys, plan's pretty simple. We're going to attach the cattle panels to the 4x4 corners. We're gonna put a T-post, maybe 2 on each one, to give the cattle panels some rigidity. Mainly we're just trying to protect so that the pigs can't bust through the twin wall vent that's on the back, and then keep the cows and the pigs from getting into the front door. So I'm going to go ahead and show you the vent that we're going to protect, and then we're going to go ahead and start attaching blocks to the 4x4s. That right there is just the twin wall vent. You could literally push that out, but it's mainly there just to allow us to control the temperature inside the greenhouse. And then we're going to be connecting the wood blocks on these 4x4 posts, so that way they line up with the spaces for the horizontal bars. be able to flex around those. We're going to move to the other side. Hopefully, we'll be able to put some force on it. So this piece of cattle panel was from when we were building the pig pens, and we had to take a chunk off of it for one of the pieces that goes between the gate and the corner. So it still has the bars left on it. We're going to go ahead and knock those off first. Then we'll go ahead and attach them to this corner post right there. And then we'll bend it around and attach to the other corner post. We're going to make sure that the strawberry plant is inside so the cows can't get to the strawberry plant. So that way it comes back next year. And then I'll come back out and put 2 T-posts in. I'm hoping that I can figure out a way to attach it to that corner later. I'll either come back and I'll cut a chunk off so that I can make a gate. That way we can get in it in the spring so we can start planting. Otherwise I'll have to figure out something else before we kick the cows back into the other field. So hopefully this will go just as smooth as the one on the back side, but we'll find out. So sometimes you'll be going like that, 2x4 will split on you, but you got to get it attached. So you just adapt and overcome. I'll come back out later and I'll replace that with another 2x4. That way it's sitting the same as the rest of them, but I have to remind myself that it's just for animals. They don't really care. We do things like when we put this together that are visually pleasing, and it makes it to where it can withstand the wind just fine. But sometimes you do things, temporary things, to just keep stuff safe, and you just got to remember that it doesn't have to look pretty. It just has to work really well. And this will work fine. I'll get that replaced, and then it'll work amazing. So I'm gonna keep going here. So this one went just as easy. We only had one little mishap. This one's a little bit more flexible, so we're definitely going to be putting 2 T-posts in to keep it from moving around. Go get the T-post driver, we'll come back out, we'll get these T-posts in, get them wired up, and then we're pretty much ready to let the animals in over here. So I'm going to run over and grab the T-post driver, be right back. So what I do when I do these, it's always easier if you go ahead and get it into position first. I hate fighting with it around the fence, so I'll give it a couple little bends that make it a little bit easier for me. I don't like to do it too many times because I don't want to weaken the metal, but I do like to do it enough that I'm not fighting with it while I'm trying to hold the fence in place. Especially this first one, it always wants to fight you because it's not attached to the fence yet. I'm sure that there's a pair of pliers that you're supposed to use, and good enough. That's much better than it was before. So now we'll go and get the back one done, and then we'll be all set. Okay, so now we got both cattle panels in place, we got all 4 T-posts in place, we got all of the hangers in place. So it's about as pig proof and cow proof as it's gonna be. Nothing's truly ever pig proof, nothing's ever truly cow proof, but this will do enough to keep them from getting in there and damaging things. We bought this greenhouse kit off of Amazon. It, they delivered right to our door. We set it up in a day. It went really fast. The only thing is make sure it's not going to be windy the day that you do it. It was supposed to be nice and calm. When we started, there was no wind, and about the time that we got the walls done, the wind just picked up like crazy. And that's when we decided that we were going to do the 4x4 posts at the corners, and the 4x4 post in the center, and then I have it staked down on the inside and screwed into the framing, and then we ran another brace across the roof. And I'm sure glad we did, because this thing's only rated to like 52 miles an hour, and I was like, oh, that should be enough. Highest gust we'd seen like 45, and I was like, well, we'll just do a little extra work and make sure, and I'm glad we did. Otherwise this thing would have been gone. But yeah, so thanks for coming along while I get all this work done, and we'll go ahead and see you on the next one.